Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Catherine of Evergreen Era Film and Photo, and today I'm sharing tips for all my photo and video friends out there who work in the wedding industry. These are my top 3 tips for building your business. Not my business, it ain't none of my business, it's your business. Tip number 1, find gear and systems that work for you. You are going to really want to dive into all the different information about how other people potentially will have a system that works for them with editing, what gear they use, how many cameras they set up for ceremonies. There's so many different people with different approaches, honestly. And you of course want to learn those. You're going to be watching videos, Instagram posts, and all of those things about others. But I want to remind you that you are finding what works best for you. And as time goes by, some of those things aren't going to work for you. So you're really going to want to dive into why you're doing what you're doing, the people that you're serving, the experience that you want them to have, your own abilities, and figure out what's the best fit for you. Let me give you some examples. So for me, I learned that having a lot of gear was very distracting and overwhelming for me. I'm not one to set up a ton of different camera angles. I'm not a big gearhead anyways, and so I'm more focused on story and natural experience, and simplifying my gear really helped me focus on that and allow that experience for my couples. It also allowed me to be able to do work without having to figure out second shooters and having other people there that are getting certain shots and directing and managing those people. That kind of took away from the energy that I had for other parts of the day. So it allowed me to just focus on my goal, which was telling the couple's story. A lot of other videographers would probably not like that. Definitely want to have very clean edits and cuts from one camera to another. And I've embraced the imperfection of that in order to focus more on the story and again, the client's experience at the end of the day. I also am not a big, strong, burly man. I'm a big, strong, burly woman, but I didn't want to have to carry a ton of really heavy gear. I didn't want to use a gimbal. I explored and tested with all of that, but a gimbal is heavy. Just the heavier things were, the more exhausted I'd become. It wasn't a good fit. Finding cameras that were handheld and that did that well was a really big game changer for me. I've been so glad that it has made my workflow and my systems a lot easier, especially since I am hiking around a lot with my couples, doing a lot of adventure stuff. Being free with my camera was really important. Figure out what works for you. This might take some time, but don't feel like you have to do it like anybody else does it. This is your business, your experience. It's all about you. Tip number 2, this kind of goes along with the last one, but try not to just follow the trends and do what you think you should be doing when it comes to video. I really encourage you to explore your own personal voice, explore what intrigues you, what you love about life, what stories you want to tell, what experiences you believe are important for your couples to have, and make that the basis for the decisions that you make in the kinds of films that you make. It can be really easy to want to just follow the trends because you think you'll be successful that way. But unfortunately, when you do that, it does kind of merge you in with everybody else. And in some ways, it can really date your work and your film in a way that in the future, it will be like, oh, that was like, oh, that like 80s style look. When maybe that's not what you want your couples to have. Maybe you want them to have something that's just more timeless and simple. Keep your why, all those meanings at the center of your work. For example, for myself, right now, there is a lot of focus on very fast edited, really cool, quick shot films that are upbeat and very lively. And that has really never been the kind of work I've naturally created. I am a much more calm, sentimental style person. And so that was the work that I felt naturally came from me. And that's the experiences I wanted my couples to have when they're watching their films, if that's what they want their experience to be like. I find a lot of value in couples being able to slow down, to be able to breathe in every moment as much as they can, because I think time goes by so quickly already. I want to do what I can with video to really slow that down and help us sit in the really beautiful moments of life. And I believe fast edit films don't provide that opportunity. They're just kind of run through, high energy, give you a feeling and of like, that was so fun and cool. That's a different thing. It's just not for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I hope that gives you some permission for you to figure out what feels really good for you in your work and what you want to share with your couples. The last thing is to allow yourself to be imperfect and just learn as you go. There are going to be films that you make that you don't really love, that you don't feel super proud of, that are maybe not your dream type of work, and that is totally okay. It's all just a learning experience for you to take steps towards finding yourself, finding your voice, finding your vision, finding that system, that gear bag, all of those things that are a great fit for who you are in your business and what you want to put out into the world. Don't be hard on yourself when you're just not at the point yet, because it's all a journey and you'll get there eventually. I know you will. I hope those tips really helped you. Leave a comment below if anything really resonated with you, or if you still have any questions. I am here to help. I'm going to be putting out a lot more content for anybody in the wedding industry doing photo and video. I'm going to share more stuff for you. So be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. We did it! Period. Period. Period.